Hello, it's Joanne again, your friendly law student from Melbourne, Australia. Yesterday, I talked about how the Commonwealth was wanting to put some restrictions on Fiona Brown giving evidence. Well, she gave evidence. Court sat to 8 o'clock last night, so it was a marathon sitting. A couple of big things happened. First of all, the government wanted the court cleared. The judge allowed the lawyers involved in the case and accredited media in the courtroom only. Shut down the live stream. So we only have what the media have reported. Now, I believe he said it was interest of fair. And I believe that they were warned they had to be fair and impartial and report. So it's really quite interesting. So this is the Guardian's report. So they had people giving some reports, and there is a very poignant question that the judge asks that is very, very interesting. Now, she was compelled to give evidence. They did everything that they could to stop, and the live stream was shut down. She was Linda Reynolds' chief of staff at the time. So this is her. And she had, so not only did she have a barrister, a lawyer representing her, the government, the Commonwealth, had their lawyers watching as well. So earlier, a request from Brown's lawyer for her client's subpoena to be discharged on medical grounds was rejected. Lee said she read the medical reports, and while they were concerning, they did not reach the level of making her incapacitated. The court sat till 7:45 and closed to all but legal counsel and the media. She said her meeting with Higgins took place after she met with Lerman, who had immediately packed up his desk and left. She denied that Higgins had cried. She just had a bit of water in her eyes, Brown said, adding she handed her a tissue as well as a brochure for Employer Assistance Program, which is a counselling service to staff. Wilkinson's barrister Sue Chrysanthou asked Brown about the meeting. Brown said she'd asked him if he accessed documents in a secure area when he entered Parliament that night, and he told her he did not, and she was puzzled. Chrysanthou asked Brown if she thought Lerman was lying to her when he went back to drink whiskey. She said, I had no reason to think he was lying. I accepted what everyone said to me. However, she did say that his explanation was a little bit off. One thought I had was he'd come back here to access files. My antenna was up. Chrysanthou asked Brown if she asked Lerman any questions about Higgins being found naked. She said, I may have, but she didn't recall. It wasn't in the notes she made at the meeting. Chrysanthou says, wasn't it the most important point? To that, she responded, I'm not an investigator. I'm there asking questions put to me by the Department of Finance. I was limited to that. It's quite possible I mentioned it. I don't know if I would have said naked to him. I'm sorry. It's been a very traumatic time. The judge intervened and asked Brown, you knew their age, you knew they came back intoxicated, you understood they'd been drinking whiskey, and you understood she'd been found naked. Putting those things together, would it be right to say you think it would be more likely than not they had sex? Brown said, I wouldn't say more likely than not, it was possible. Chrysanthou asked Brown, let me go back to that. That is actually probably a very important point. He's just hit the nail on the head. I wouldn't say more likely than not it was possible. Chrysanthou asked Brown, she accepted that she should not have conducted the interviews with two staff members. Brown disagreed, saying it wasn't considered assault at that point in time. It was a staff member of people coming in after. It was a staff matter of people coming in after hours, Brown said, noting she was asked by the department to talk to the pair. Brown was asked about a further meeting she had with Higgins on Thursday, 28th of March, 5 days after the alleged bar. I asked if something had happened. She didn't want, Brown said. She said Higgins replied, I am responsible for what I drink and my actions. Brown said that during the second meeting, Higgins said she remembered Lerman on top of her and that she said this in a casual manner. Brown said she was shocked by this but didn't understand what Higgins was telling her. I did not know what she meant by that. And then it just goes back about the guy the guy from the MP from Queensland that said that, and he said he doesn't remember very much, but he remembers the R word being mentioned because that's not something you forget. So anyway, that's what's happened. So court's scheduled to start again at 10:15. Now, I was reading somewhere that she was not sure whether everything's. I'm assuming because they sat so late, they were certain that they were that she's finished giving evidence. It may be that he will start court and he'll close it off again. But it's very, very interesting that we're now starting to get some other information, particularly from the government side. But as I said, it was closed to all but legal counsel and the media. So if she's in there again, I'm assuming the same thing is going to happen. Anyway, if you want to keep following along, hit like and subscribe, and I'll give you another update as soon as there is one. Bye for now.